He comes unseen into our darker parts, and, caught with the darkness, does his work. A subtle and all-knowing guest and guide, till they too feel the need and will to change. Jesus prays at Gethsemane, and he came to the disciples and found them sleeping, and said to Peter, "So you men could not keep watch with me for 1 hour. Keep watching and praying that you may not enter into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." He went away again a second time and prayed, saying, "My Father, if this cannot pass away unless I drink it, your will be done." The Christian mystic spoke of a total darkness, a darkness complete and untouched by any material lights, through which one must pass into the luminous ineffable. The Indian sannyasis thought to shed mind altogether and pass into a thought-free trance from which, if one returns, no communication or expression could be brought back of what was there except a remembrance of inexpressible existence and bliss. Yet, nature cannot be left to herself. We need not be stupid and dull forever. There is already something in nature herself that would like to make progress, make change for the better. There is something more than that also. The soul within is a catalytic agent to bring about the first transformation. It takes repeated births. It takes these repeated births not for nothing. There is a purpose behind this recurrent appearance. All here must learn to obey a higher law. Our body cells must hold the immortal flame. If it has not happened, it does not mean that it cannot happen. It does not mean that it will not happen. It is by the fall one can rise to greater heights. Even the gods, if they should wish to make progress, must take the birth, the lower birth, must go through the process. Even in fall, we must call down the divine force, the force that is waiting for the call.